Hey guys, I'm Alex. I'm the CEO of Sydney Physio Group. We're a group of 4 physio practices in Sydney. I've got a dog, 2 cats, a 3-year-old, and a Puerto Rican wife. So yeah, it's a big life. It's funny because I just had a video chat with Chris Fawcett, and I literally just went through this story. A long time ago, Sarah came to me and said, "Look, I think we should join Practice Acceleration." And she went through a little bit of information about what it was, and I carefully considered it, and I said, look, no, I don't think it's worth it. And I'm really happy, hand on heart, that I was dead wrong, because it's obviously the best decision we've ever done. When we started, we were just a small practice, doing about 360,000 a year, and now we're 4 practices doing 1.7. We've got our marketing automated. We do Facebook, texts. Text is an absolute game changer. We've added 2 practices to our group. We've added 5 full-time staff. New patients have gone through the roof. The biggest challenges for us, the thing we kept doing was hiring the wrong people. It's the biggest transformation, the challenge that we've overcome was actually saying no to people. Because you don't, as a physio in Sydney, you don't get that many people applying for your positions. Interviewing someone and thinking, look, they might be good enough, is just not enough. And actually saying no to them and calling them up and going, look, I think you're going to be a great physio, but you're not part of our culture. We don't think you're going to be a great fit. Good luck to you. It's really hard because, most of the time you're just desperate for staff. Another challenge we had to come was an employee came to us and said that they're going to sue us. Just like, what do you mean? And luckily it never came to fruition, but it was just an absolute shock, and being able to push through those sorts of challenges is really sort of instills yourself that you can get through it, and there will be next week and next month and next quarter. The key drivers for our success, I can't talk about retention any more than anybody else. I just had a chat with Chris Fawcett again, and he and I have both been working on retention for about 4 years, and it will never end. And so I just had my quarterly meeting with Sarah yesterday, and said, what's the number one thing we need to change to really prove our success for the next quarter? And that's retention. And it just becomes an absolute focus. And it comes back to the little things like hiring the right people, communicating effectively with the staff so that they can communicate effectively with their patients. Communicating with the tribe, so you're not trying to start things from scratch, you're just borrowing people's information. And it's action over perfection. Just keep going. Ultimately, how have I changed over the last couple of years? I used to call myself a CEO from the Manly days. I followed Tristan's and Sarah's advice and just said, look, I'm the CEO. But I've only really started to embody that in the last year. Now when I go out and I meet people, I don't say, hi, I'm Alex, what do you do for a living, Alex? I don't say physio anymore, I say CEO. And it's absolutely a belief that I am the CEO of a $1 million company now. Even though some days it doesn't feel like it, that's really who I am. And my wife did sum it up the best. She did say that I've changed a lot, and I tear up every time I think about it. But that's what really drove it home for me, that the little changes, the little sort of personal goals that you meet, they're the things that make the biggest difference. One takeaway for you all out there, don't stop taking action. I mean, Tristan and Sarah will tell you absolutely everything that you need to know about how to run a successful business. But if you don't take the action, you'll never get there. And thanks very much for this, because it's extremely humbling and I'm very grateful. Thanks, guys. I don't have to create anything. I'm not a creative person. I know that if I'm coming up with a problem or a roadblock, that there's someone who's already been there, done that. I can call Julian, Chris Fawcett, Matt McHugh and Nisha. Everyone's done it all before me, so I don't have to reinvent the wheel. I can grab that information, pull it out, go through my trainings, and the answers will all be there. And it's just an absolutely fantastic resource to have, because it's fantastic to know that all the answers are in one place.